Hello. In this video I'd like to show you how you can create fantastic colour graphical displays for your electronic projects. Let me first of all show you the hardware we've got. This is the latest eBlocks hardware. Here's an upstream board, an Arduino mega board, and to the ports we've got various different peripherals attached. Now just press the reset button so you can see the program that we've got here, and we've got various text fields with different fonts and colours. We've got some graphical primitives, ellipse, rectangle, rounded rectangle, and a line. We've got a little bitmap that's displayed. That bitmap was stored on the SD card that you can see just there. And we've got a graph that is being plotted, just a single line, and the plot numbers displayed on that green text field. So that's a program. It's just a simple program to get us up and running. There's some aliasing on the camera, but I can assure you that this display is really crisp and clear and the colours are really bright. And that's a 480 by 320 display. So how do we make a program like that? Well, here is the Flowcode program. Here's the panel. The touchscreen has lots of different properties. It's X by Y size, the hardware connections, and importantly the fonts. And you can add up to 8 different fonts. And you can see that there's a big selection of fonts that you can embed in your program. Here I've got Arial Bold, some Courier, and 7-segment of lots of different sizes that are likely to meet your needs. Attached to the display, here we have a number of components, the first of which is a display manager. And the display manager also has some properties. Crucially, it has a scene count property. And this is a new feature of Flowcode. You're now able to have a new panel where you can design scenes. And in this scene, I've got various text fields and shapes, and you can see the primitives that are available in this new display plugins section in Flowcode. So you can just drag on all of these components and alter their properties. So bitmaps, ellipse or circle, hidden shapes for touchable areas, lines, horizontal and vertical and so on, rectangles, rounded rectangles, sliders, and so on. So I drag one on for you. Here's a rounded rectangle. It's got properties again. You can set its line and fill color. You can associate text with it, and you can change its position and so on. And crucially, this is called DC Rounded Rect 1. And if you look at the Project Explorer, you can see that for each of the items on your panel, there is an associated set of hardware macros that have appeared. So you can modify the color, modify the position, you can set the text and so on. And you can just call those up like you call normal hardware macros. So it's very easy to create a scene and then modify that scene in your program. Also, going back to the main hardware panel, there's a graph component. You can set it X by Y, the number of plots, the colors, and so on. And again, that graph component has a number of macros. In this case, it's dead easy, just add point. And there's a bitmap component. So you can add bitmaps to an SD card or to the microcontroller memory itself, and you can similarly display those when you need to. Okay, so let's just look at that in simulation. You'll find that the simulation is very faithful to the actual display created, and the simulation saves you a huge amount of time in creating your display systems. So hopefully that shows you how you can easily use color graphical displays. It's especially slick with the eBlocks hardware, and hopefully you can use that to create great electronic systems of your own.